Gaza, a region in Palestine that is almost in ruins after the Israeli military launched attacks on the besieged enclave. These heightened operations followed the October 7, 2023 attack by Hamas on Israel, targeting citizens as part of the continued fight by Palestinians for their liberation. People who were most vulnerable were women and children. Israel also strengthened the blockades that led to a huge humanitarian crisis in the Strip. A UN Security Council resolution on a Gaza ceasefire was vetoed while Israel intensified its operations, with many people dying in Gaza. South Africa used the international law system to try and stop what was happening in Gaza. Pretoria filed a case at the International Court of Justice in December 2023, asking the World Court to intervene.
Israel's response to the October 7 was at the very least disproportionate. It may become apparent that Israel's conduct was increasingly genocidal, as is the case today, so social media and news outlets are awash with genocidal statements of influential office bearers in Israel, as well as numerous accounts of critical civilian infrastructure being targeted with countless bombs.
South Africa's legal team called on the International Court to look at provisional orders to prevent further loss of life in Gaza.
The Prime Minister's genocidal speech has gained ground among some elements of civil society. A famous singer has repeated Mr. Netanyahu's Amalek reference, stating that Gaza must be wiped out and be destroyed with every Amalek seed. We simply must destroy all of Gaza and exterminate everyone who is there.
January 2024. In South Africa's oral submissions, we will illustrate the facts that we rely on with limited use of audiovisual material. Madam President, we do so with restraint and only where necessary, and always with respect to the Palestinian people. Against this background, I move now to demonstrate, in turn, how Israel's conduct violates Articles 2A, 2B, 2C, and 2D of the Convention. The first genocidal act committed by Israel is the mass killing of Palestinians in Gaza.
In my speech, I will address the question of jurisdiction. The people of South Africa and of Israel both have a history of suffering. Both states have become parties to the Genocide Convention in the determination to end suffering.
The state of Israel denied all the allegations and called on the court not to rule against Tel Aviv.
And despite Israel's willful defiance of Palestinians' rights, South Africa turns to this court, seeking to protect the core rights of Palestinians in Gaza, to be protected from acts of genocide, attempted genocide, direct and public incitement to genocide, and complicity in and conspiracy to commit genocide. As the court knows, the Convention prohibits the destruction of a group or part of that group, including through killing, causing serious bodily and mental harm, and inflicting conditions of life calculated to bring about the group's physical destruction.
Each day, leading UNICEF to call Israel's actions a war on children. On current rates which show no sign of abating, each day, over 3 medics, 2 teachers, more than 1 United Nations employee, and more than 1 journalist will be killed, many while at work, or in what appear to be targeted attacks on their family homes or where they are sheltering.
Outside court, both sides also made their voices heard.
Thanks for South Africa. I just wrote a banner that says it takes an oppressed to recognize and free another oppressed. We need our freedom, and what is happening is an unjust occupation.
Provisional measures.
I think today
it is sufficient to show
South Africa
that there is
teaching us
on a
something.
basic basis for jurisdiction.
The historical legacy,
It is submitted.
fighting for freedom.
While there was a peace agreement facilitated by Qatar, Egypt and the US that led to the release of hostages, the Israeli military is continuing to launch attacks on the besieged enclave. At least 8 people, including 4 children, have been killed by Israeli airstrikes in Gaza in the past few days. Dita Batsoteti, SABC News.